I wanted to move to the other side of the football for the Detroit Lions as training camp continues out in Allen Park, week 2 of camp out there. And they had 2,500 fans today, first day of full pads. And one of the guys that's been turning some heads is Jack Campbell, a first-round pick from a year ago. And
Iowa.
This is a guy that I think, Maz, really a lot of eyebrows were raised when they selected him 17th overall. And he was the guy that I think, if you look at the production of draft picks last year from the guys that really played, his was
the least.
His wasn't going to wow you. Right? Like Jahmyr Gibbs wowed you. Brian Branch wowed you.
Laporta
wowed you. Jack Campbell did not wow you. But as the season went on, he began playing more and more and more and more. And some quiet production, but he was doing his job. I think this is a player this year that is about to have a breakout year. He was at the podium and talked about how he loves it here in Detroit.
Detroit's honestly probably like my favorite city out of all 32 teams. I haven't been to many other ones, but I mean, I'm up here just in the off seasons, just enjoying my time. It's quiet up here. The people are just kind as can be, always put each other first. I would say, I mean, I feel like this word gets thrown around a lot, but it is a gritty city. They got a lot of people out here who are busting their ass every single day to support everyone at home. And like for me, like coming from Iowa, like that's all we knew, just strap up and just provide for your family, honestly. And while you're doing that, put other people before yourself, keep God first, and just always remember where you came from. So I feel like that's the mentality that I've had. That's the mentality the city has, so I felt like it's a perfect mesh. And I got places to hunt fish out here, so it's all good.
This guy's a Dan Campbell guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
From the get-go. When they interviewed him, he wowed him, and he's a big linebacker. And I remember Braylon got so mad on draft night, basically walked off the set.
Basically.
But, yeah, he did. But he's like, that's not how you play football anymore. That's not how the linebackers are in the NFL anymore. You don't get those big guys anymore. You can't move, blah, blah, blah. This guy is going to be – he's going to be worth his pick. I got
100%.
I got a great feeling on this kid. This kid reminds me of like a Chris Spielman type guy, a guy that's going to get down and dirty, play through injuries, be a pain in your neck the entire 60 minutes that he's in there. I'm looking forward to see him grow this season, and I think he will. I really do. I believe that defense is going to be way different than it's been in the past. I mean, Aaron Glenn has used duct tape and crazy glue to keep this thing together. He got a lot better over the season. You get Terrell Williams now in as almost an assistant head coach, now coaching the defensive line and the running backs. That's Dan Campbell's guy. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this defense can do, because if this defense can just be half as good as the offense, there's no one that's going to beat this team.
Super Bowl.
And KG, you look at the depth chart when you look at these linebackers too. Alex Anzalone in the middle, his play over the last couple of years speaks for itself. Derek Barnes, who has Dan Campbell was even talking about him earlier today. He said the first year they were there, he was a pup guy. He was a physically unable to perform guy, and kind of worked his way into having all this playing time and making an impact. And of course, had the interception in the divisional round last year against the I believe Tampa Bay Bucks. I think that was the game I'm thinking of. And then Jack Campbell. So your three linebackers, Anzalone, Barnes, and Campbell. This guy is scheduled to have a big year.
Yeah, and you look at how they develop linebackers. Alex Anzalone, he was somebody that we wasn't writing home about.
Worried if he was going to make the team in year 2.
Exactly. And then when they re-signed him, it was kind of like a question mark. Like, they really believe in this guy to hold down the position? And so far, they've been proven right. Alex Anzalone has been an absolute beast. You look at Derek Barnes. Like you said, he was a pup guy at first, man. But slowly but surely, they started getting him more reps, he starts getting more involved, and he makes one of the most important plays in Detroit sports history, man, with that interception. And then you look at Jack Campbell, and to your point, Ryan, I say it all the time, because you had rookies like Jahmyr Gibbs and like a Sam Laporta, you kind of overlook what Jack Campbell did his rookie year, but on the surface, it wasn't that bad. He almost had a 100 tackle season as a rookie. That's not bad at all, and I expect him to improve upon that, especially with all the new personnel added. DJ Reader, he's already a beast stopping the run. His main issue is defending the pass. I feel like he will get better in that department, but shout out to the Lions for just developing this linebacker room from something that we thought was a weakness on this team is definitely a strength now.
Hey, Derek Barnes has been getting a bunch of scraps. Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
I mean, and this guy is like apologizing at the end. He's like, but I'm going, this is my year. He said, I'm not taking any crap from anybody, even if it's my own teammate. And he's running through people. He's a wrecking. He's an Italian wrecking machine. I watched Rocky 2 last night.
So good.
By the way.
So good.
My wife comes out. She's like, she just shakes her head at me. I've already started Rocky 3 again. So to get back to the Lions, that linebacker room, man. When Kelvin Shepard, remember on Hard Knocks, he went to that room and he's like, I don't know about any of you guys, Anzalone's fine. Remember he let him go?
Yeah.
Anzalone, you're in. We were like, whoa, Anzalone's in.
And Anzalone even said,
Yes. Whoa.
You're right.
He breath,
he was the most shocked one.
He was.
Yeah.
But Kelvin Shepard they love this guy. This coaching staff it's beyond reproach, man. I wouldn't want any other coaching staff.
No.
Yeah.
I love what they have done with this. This team is just built so beautifully from the ground up, man. And that linebacker core, I'm looking forward to seeing them have a great year this year.
So, I mean, at every level of that defense, too, they got better. Obviously, with Reader and Davenport.
Did you hear Reader says he might not be ready for game one?
Well,
yeah.
You know what?
I
mean, I think, just speaking of that, I think the amount of players, if you gave me a percentage on the amount of players that were going to be available for 17 games, I'll tell you it's out of 22 starters, 4.
15?
Yeah.
4 will play 17 games.
That's about right.
4. It's
not easy.
It's a long, grueling season. And I hope one of those 4 is Jared Goff. Unless they don't need him to play in the last game of the year.
Exactly.
Right?
That would be fun.
You take that into account as well.